you deal with the old man?
Да.
Давай с нами.
Спасибо, батя.
He offered me stars.
I accept.
The story begins on a cold, rainy night in London. A young Turkish boy named Ekrem, who is autistic, steps into a hair salon owned by his uncle Azim. The boy quickly locks the door, draws the blinds, and flips the sign to closed. Inside, Azim introduces him to a Russian man named Soyka. However, the meeting doesn't go well. Ekrem grows visibly upset. Azim, with a stern tone, hands Ekrem a razor blade and urges him to go through with their plan. When Soyka realizes something is off, he tries to escape, but it's too late. He's held down, and Ekrem takes the razor, slitting Soyka's throat in a way that ensures a slow, painful death. Elsewhere in London, a frail Russian woman named Tatiana stumbles barefoot into a pharmacy. Desperate and pleading for help, she's mistaken for a drug addict by the clerk, who refuses to assist her. Suddenly, blood begins to pour down her legs. She collapses right there. Paramedics rush her to the hospital, where doctors perform emergency surgery to save her baby. Sadly, Tatiana doesn't survive the night. A kind-hearted midwife named Anna, who was born in England to a Russian family, takes responsibility for the newborn. After her shift, Anna heads home to her small, cozy apartment, where her loving mother, Helen, and her grumpy, hard-drinking uncle, Stepan, are waiting. On Christmas Day, Anna presents Stepan with a diary she found in Tatiana's purse, hoping he can translate it since it's written in Russian. But Stepan refuses and scolds Anna for taking something that belonged to a dead woman. Despite his disapproval, Anna remains determined to find a safe future for the baby. While skimming through the diary's pages, she stumbles upon a business card for a Trans-Siberian restaurant, a potential lead. Little does she know the restaurant is run by Semyon, a powerful figure in the Russian Mafia. Meanwhile, we are introduced to Semyon's son, Kirill, and Nikolai, the family's loyal driver and enforcer. As Anna parks her motorcycle outside the restaurant, Kirill orders Nikolai to fetch Azim and his wife for some business. Nikolai leaves, and Anna knocks on the restaurant door. Semyon opens it, his face lighting up with a warm smile. He graciously invites her inside, where the staff is busy preparing for a grand celebration. Semyon, ever the charming host, takes a moment to teach his granddaughters how to hold their violins properly.
There's an old card, perhaps.
She ate here once.
Anna, I'm so sorry.
I'll probably find out more once I get her diary translated.
The diary. You will bring the diary here, and I will translate it for you.
I can just get my uncle to
And
translate
when you
it.
come, I will make you some more borscht tomorrow. Shall we say 7?
Later, Nikolai arrives at the restaurant with Azim and Azim's wife. While Nikolai waits outside by his car, which is parked right next to Anna's motorcycle, Anna comes out. Nikolai notices her bike and compliments it, asking if she'd ever consider selling it. Anna refuses, explaining that the motorcycle belonged to her father and has sentimental value. Nikolai tries again, this time asking if she'd like to grab a drink with him, but Anna brushes him off, hops on her bike, and speeds away. That evening, during dinner with her family, things get tense. Stepan, drunk as usual, rudely asks Anna how long she plans to keep living with them. Anna has been staying with them ever since breaking up with her boyfriend. Hurt by his words, Anna leaves the table in frustration. Helen, her mother, goes to comfort her and assures her she can stay for as long as she needs. Meanwhile, back at the restaurant, the atmosphere is lively. As the guests enjoy themselves, Kirill gets a phone call. After making sure no one's watching, he signals to Azim that it's time. Nikolai drives Kirill and Azim to the hair salon. When they arrive, Azim, who doesn't like Nikolai, tries to get him to wait outside, but Kirill insists that Nikolai comes in. He tells Azim that Nikolai is important for the job they're about to do. Inside the salon, they find Ekrem, who excitedly chats about tickets to a Chelsea soccer game. Azim quickly sends him away, assuring Kirill and Nikolai that Ekrem won't say a word about their visit. The group then heads to the freezer, where Soyka's frozen body is being kept. Kirill looks at the body and, with a straight face, says Soyka was like a brother to him, though his tone and expression suggest otherwise. Kirill hands Azim an envelope stuffed with cash, saying, "Money is respect." Nikolai steps forward, drags Soyka's stiff body onto a table, and pulls out a hairdryer to thaw it.
Have you finished cutting his hair? Thought you might want 650 from his pocket. Now I'm going to do his teeth and cut off his finger.
Once the grim task is done, Nikolai and Kirill take Soyka's remains and throw them into a river. The body disappears into the water, sinking out of sight. Meanwhile, Stepan reluctantly flips through Tatiana's diary. His face grows serious as he notices words like rape, prostitute, and needle. Disturbed by what he reads, he warns Anna to be very careful. Elsewhere, the police discovers Soika's body. The lead inspector examines the tattoos covering Soika's skin and recognizes him as a member of the feared Russian criminal brotherhood called vory zakon. These criminals are heavily tattooed in Russian prisons, and each tattoo reveals their rank and the crimes they've committed. The inspector reads Soika's tattoos and deduces that he was a captain who took orders from no one. Inside Soika's jacket, they also find a note that raises further questions. Back at the restaurant, Anna visits Semyon and hands him a photocopy of Tatiana's diary. She explains that she's keeping the original to give to Tatiana's daughter when she grows up. Semyon, pretending to be drunk, promises to translate the diary the next day when he is sober. He asks for Anna's address so he can send her the translation, but Anna refuses to share it. As Anna leaves, Nikolai arrives, helping a very drunk Kirill, who can barely stand. Semyon, already irritated, slams the door on them. When the two finally come inside, Kirill collapses on the floor and rests his head on Nikolai's shoes. Furious and disappointed, Semyon walks over to his son and kicks him hard several times without holding back. Nikolai tries to step in and defend Kirill, but Semyon cuts him off and silences him completely. Semyon is revealed as the head of the vory zakon family. Outside, Nikolai notices Anna struggling to start her motorcycle in the pouring rain. He approaches and offers to drive her home in a limousine, explaining that Semyon would never forgive him if he let her walk in such weather.
Have you ever met a girl called Tatiana? She died on my shift. She was pregnant.
No, I never heard of her.
Came in with needle punches all over both arms. Probably a prostitute. Do you think Semyon's son knew her?
I'm driver. I go left, I go right, I go straight ahead. That's it.
How much do I owe you?
Christmas present.
Later, Nikolai and Kirill visit a brothel. While Kirill enjoys himself with underage prostitutes, Nikolai stays distant, showing no interest. Kirill, however, becomes irritated by Nikolai's lack of participation. Angry and wanting to prove Nikolai isn't gay, as rumors have suggested, Kirill insists he joins in. Reluctantly, Nikolai gives in. Kirill watches and mocks him, laughing the entire time. Before leaving, Nikolai hears a Ukrainian prostitute named Kirilenko singing a sad and haunting song. Something about her performance moves him deeply. He approaches her, gives her a wad of cash, and quietly tells her to live longer. At the hospital, Anna lovingly cares for the baby, whom she has named Christine. As she holds the tiny girl, Anna becomes emotional, and we learn the heartbreaking reason why. She recently lost her own baby. Out of the blue, Semyon shows up at the hospital, claiming he has already translated Tatiana's diary. With a calm but serious tone, he tells Anna that Kirill is mentioned in the diary multiple times, along with details of some illegal activities he has been involved in. Semyon urges Anna not to involve the police, promising her that he will take care of Kirill himself. He paints Kirill as a good boy who went astray, blaming it on the loss of his mother at a young age.
He hit me until I was bleeding. He tried to rape me, but he just got madder and kept hitting me. It was the father who raped me. He shouted, "If you don't break a horse, it will never be tamed."
Hello, dear.
After hearing all this, Anna shares her recent meeting with Semyon. Together, she, Helen, and Stepan decide that the safest choice is to hand over the diary to Semyon to protect Tatiana's baby from further harm. In the backyard of the restaurant, Nikolai is busy working on Anna's motorcycle when Kirill calls him over to help with a shipment of alcohol. While unloading, Kirill casually mentions that Semyon is considering promoting Nikolai further into their import-export business. This means Nikolai would essentially become part of the family. Later, Semyon arrives and discovers that Kirill was responsible for Soika's murder. Furious, he slaps Kirill hard across the face. However, Semyon quickly shifts his focus to Nikolai. He is impressed by Nikolai's cleverness and ability to handle tough situations. Semyon starts putting more trust in him, favoring him over his own son. He also warns both men that Soika's brothers are dangerous and not to be underestimated. At the same time, Anna, Helen, and Stepan meet at a small cafe to discuss their next move. To their surprise, Nikolai joins them at their table. Stepan doesn't hold back and reveals his past as a KGB captain, trying to assure Nikolai that he knows how to deal with men like Semyon. Nikolai asks for the diary, and after a moment of hesitation, they hand it to him. But Nikolai refuses to give Tatiana's family's address, leaving everyone on edge. Without another word, he gets up and starts walking away.
She was 14. Read the diary.
Anger is very dangerous. You're in very wrong place. Stay away from people like me.
You've for you much!
He heads back to Semyon's restaurant and hands over Tatiana's diary. Semyon seems satisfied to have it back in his possession, but grows uneasy knowing that Stepan has already read its contents. Without hesitation, Semyon orders Nikolai to take care of Stepan permanently. In the meantime, it's revealed why Soyka was killed. He had been spreading rumors about Kirill being gay, which enraged Semyon. As Semyon holds the diary, he douses it with vodka and sets it on fire, watching it burn to ashes. Later that day, Anna finishes her shift and is surprised to see Nikolai waiting for her. He hands her the address of Tatiana's family, but as he does, he warns her, this is not a good place for a little girl like Christine to grow up. Nikolai suggests that Anna take care of the baby herself, a suggestion that clearly tugs at her heart. The next day, Ekrem, fresh from watching a football match between Chelsea and Arsenal, stops at a graveyard to relieve himself. Out of nowhere, he's ambushed by two men, one of whom is Soyka's brother. In broad daylight, they attack him, and Soyka's brother coldly slits Ekrem's throat, leaving him to die right there. Meanwhile, back at the restaurant, Semyon is in his element, enjoying the soulful tune of Ochi Chernia played on an accordion. His moment of peace is interrupted when Azim arrives with grim news. Ekrem has been killed. Azim also relays a chilling demand from Soyka's brother. Hand over Kirill in exchange for peace. Semyon is visibly displeased but decides to comply, instructing Azim to proceed. Later, Nikolai is seen quietly following Stepan as he makes his way home. Though it isn't shown directly, it's heavily implied that Nikolai follows through with Semyon's orders and kills him. That evening, Anna waits outside Semyon's restaurant. Nikolai and Kirill arrive, and Kirill wastes no time ordering Anna to leave. He angrily tells Nikolai to stay away from her, making it clear that their interaction is unwelcome. Anna refuses to back down, revealing a painful truth. Tatiana was just 14 years old. Kirill, however, ignores her completely. Before leaving, Nikolai gives Anna one final warning, urging her to drop the case and move on. As Nikolai and Kirill walk through the restaurant's kitchen, Kirill casually mentions that the police raided the brothel. To his alarm, the officer specifically asked for Kirilenko by name, raising suspicions. Later, Nikolai meets with Semyon in private. Semyon seems pleased when Nikolai reports that Stepan has been dealt with. That night, Nikolai sits down with Kirill, sharing a drink. Kirill embraces him in a drunken display of affection, bragging that it was his idea for Nikolai to get his star tattoos. Shortly after, several high-ranking members of the vory arrive at the restaurant. Nikolai, wearing nothing but his underwear, is seated before them. They carefully inspect his tattoos, his criminal history, and his family background. In a solemn moment, Nikolai renounces his parents, fully dedicating himself to the organization. He is granted the star tattoos on his shoulders and knees, symbols of his promotion and status within the Brotherhood. The next day, Azim meets Nikolai at a bathhouse. This place is often chosen by the vory for their business talks because it makes their tattoos easily visible, a mark of trust and rank among them. Azim excuses himself, pretending he needs to use the restroom, but instead, he quietly starts to leave. Just then, two thugs arrive. Azim introduces Nikolai as Kirill, since the thugs don't know what Kirill actually looks like. They let Azim go, but turn their attention to Nikolai inside the sauna. What follows is a brutal, bloody fight. The thugs attack Nikolai, but he fights back fiercely. In the end, he kills one of them in a shocking move, stabbing him right through the eye. Later, Anna spots Nikolai at the hospital. He's injured, and it's obvious something bad has happened. She confronts him, demanding to know where her uncle Stepan is. She even threatens to call the police if Stepan doesn't return soon. Nikolai comes clean. He admits that Semyon ordered him to kill Stepan, but reveals that he couldn't go through with it. Instead, Nikolai helps Stepan escape, sending him safely to Edinburgh and arranging a place for him to stay. Just then, the police inspector who found Soyka's body shows up at the hospital. He takes Nikolai aside for a private conversation.
In view of what's happened to you, your undercover operation in London be terminated.
They will be wasting this.
Oh.
So you tell Russian desk, you have seen stars over my heart.
In a surprising twist, it's revealed that Nikolai isn't who he seems. He's actually an undercover MI5 agent working to infiltrate the vory Vizakoni. However, not everyone is happy with Nikolai's deep cover. Both Scotland Yard and the KGB FSB are uneasy about the star tattoos Nikolai now wears. They see it as him getting too involved, perhaps crossing a line. But Nikolai stays focused on the mission, bringing down Semyon. His main goal is to prove Semyon's crimes, especially the assault on 14-year-old Tatiana. Blood tests can confirm that Semyon is the baby Christine's father, providing the evidence needed to arrest him. Meanwhile, at the restaurant, Kirill is blowing up balloons for another party, playfully joking around with his nephew. Suddenly, through the security cameras, he notices several police officers arriving outside. When the police leave, Kirill watches his father, Semyon, carefully. It's revealed that the officers came to take a blood sample from Semyon. Both men are left shaken, confused, and worried. As Anna finishes her shift, she spots Kirill in an elevator carrying a gym bag. Something about it doesn't feel right, night and her instincts kick in. Alarmed, she rushes to the baby ward, only to find Christine's crib empty. In its place are flowers. Panicked, she bumps into Nikolai and demands to know if he has any idea where Kirill has taken the baby. Nikolai is just as clueless, but quickly agrees to help her search. Their search leads them to the waterfront, the same place where Soika's body was dumped. There they find Kirill sitting by the water, holding Christine in his arms. He's crying, broken, and asking the baby for forgiveness. The scene turns even darker as Kirill, in his despair, prepares to throw Christine into the river. Just in time, Nikolai and Anna arrive. Nikolai confronts Kirill directly, telling him that Semyon has crossed the line this time. He reminds Kirill that they've never harmed babies before. Nikolai pushes him to make a choice. Either stay loyal to Semyon or stand with him. Kirill, overwhelmed with emotion, breaks down and hugs Nikolai tightly. He admits that he didn't realize Semyon had set him up at the bathhouse. Nikolai calms him down, reassuring him that they can still fix things. He hands baby Christine to Anna, ensuring her safety. Then turning back to Kirill, Nikolai tells him it's time to take control of the family. He suggests they can work together as partners, with Semyon out of the picture. Hearing this, Kirill lights up, his mood instantly changing. Excited, he suggests they celebrate. It's New Year's Eve after all. As Kirill walks away, waiting for Nikolai to follow, Anna stops Nikolai. She demands to know who he really is and why he went out of his way to help them. Nikolai doesn't give a straightforward answer. Instead, he says something cryptic. I can't be king while the king is still in power. They share a brief, meaningful kiss before Nikolai leaves with Kirill. Some time passes. Helen and Stepan are shown setting the lunch table at home. In the background, Anna plays with a cheerful Christine, whom she has adopted. The baby now has a safe and loving home. Semyon is assumed to be in prison for his crimes against Tatiana. In the final scene, Nikolai is sitting all alone in the restaurant. He looks deep in thought, lost in the weight of his decisions. Now that he has the chance to be at the top of the Mafia, he silently wonders if it's what he truly wants.